Copyright laws apply to all contents of this video. Hello, JOMAJ Studios here, and this is our original fantasy action adventure, Like Water, The Next Age. Episode 14. Thanks to the remains of Huaren, Barnabas was able to navigate himself towards Zoo's current location. Then after around 12 hours of traveling, the trail suddenly went cold. This caused the young programmer to slow down his search by abandoning the method of flying and resulting to the much slower option of walking. 30 minutes later, he came across 3 young Caucasian women sitting around a campfire. "Hiya, do you mind if I join you?" asked Barnabas after approaching the women. "Sure," responded one of the women with short red hair. "My name is Barnabas," introduced the young programmer as he took a seat. "My name is Edna. And the woman on my right with long blonde hair is Agnes, and the black-haired lady on my left is Patricia," said Edna as her friends waved at Barnabas. "So what brings you to these neck of the woods?" asked Agnes. "I'm looking for my wife. She was taken about 2 days ago," explained Barnabas. "I'm sorry to hear that. Damn those bandits. They're everywhere," responded Agnes. "This world has got a lot more dangerous since the disappearances, which is ironic. One would think the world would be a lot safer with fewer people around," commented Patricia. "I have this gift to endow others with powers, which I never used on her, because I thought she would misuse them. Instead, I gave her a sword to protect herself," shared Barnabas. "A sword? A bit primitive, don't you think?" "I'm thinking at least a gun," responded Patricia. "Unless you can make bullets out of thin air? In this climate, a sword is the way to go," argued Agnes. The point is, she had more than proven on several occasions that she would give her life to protect the innocent. "If I hadn't been so self-righteous, she might have had the power to protect herself and still be with me. The sad thing is, I gave power to people I barely knew," continued Barnabas. "It's easy to romanticize about someone when you've lost them. But from what I can tell, you had a very good reason not to give her that power," pointed out Edna. "When my hometown was destroyed, months passed with me just being immobilized by sadness. During that time, she sat with me, she held me, and she took care of me. God used her to sustain me in a way that allowed him to place in my heart what I'm meant to do with my life," shared Barnabas. "Which is?" asked Patricia. "To serve and help others for his glory," answered Barnabas. "You sound like a religious," commented Edna. "I'm a Christian, which is far from religious," pointed out Barnabas. "If you're a Christian, how come you were left behind?" asked Patricia. "Don't tell me you believe in that rapture crap," blurted out Edna. "Allow him to humor me," responded Patricia. "Honestly, because I held a lot of hatred towards whoever destroyed my hometown, which was a Christian community. But to be truthful, if they weren't all destroyed, many, if not all my people would have been left behind, because they refused to use their incredible gifts to serve the world. Instead, they dedicated their lives to self-indulgence and self-interest," answered Barnabas. "The whole concept of God is a joke to me," stated Edna. "Show some respect," responded Agnes. "I'm just saying, war, famine, disease, and every horrible thing you can think of. What's that all about? Do you know there are bugs whose entire existence centers around digging through people's eyeballs?" continued Edna. "You wouldn't exactly get through the pearly gates with words like that," laughed Patricia. "I wouldn't want to. I want no part of a God who subjects people to all manner of pain for no real reason, who after messing about with our lives expects us to worship him and be grateful. I want no part of a God who is clearly a sadistic narcissist," responded Edna. About 30 seconds of uncomfortable silence followed. "I don't know what has happened to make you so angry with God, but I can tell you that he loves you very much, so much so he was willing to come down as a man and be tortured and killed for you. What you have to understand is at the end of it all, we are going to enter into eternity. For most of us, that will be through death. But death as we human beings know it is nothing before God, which is why he places all his emphasis on the state of our soul. You can live the most comfortable life possible, but if you die without giving your heart to Jesus, you will end up in eternal damnation. Likewise, you can live the most uncomfortable life possible, But if you die giving your heart to Jesus, you will end up in an eternity filled with love and joy beyond anything you can comprehend," responded Barnabas gently, which in turn left the three women in deep thought. I've really enjoyed being able to talk with you all, but I think it's time we address the elephant in the room, announced Barnabas, which caused all three women to look up at him. I am a programmer, which is why you have been unable to read my thoughts. It's also the reason why I know you three are witches who prey on unsuspecting travelers. So here's what's going to happen. I will spare your lives, but I will strip you of all your abilities, after which you can travel about 3 miles east, where you will find a village that should allow you to integrate with the community, explained Barnabas. Seeing it pointless to keep up the charade, all three women revealed their true and demonic-looking forms before proceeding to attack the young programmer, who, without breaking a sweat, subdues them all and removes their powers with the technique he discovered while battling Ruby, which in turn rendered them unconscious. That is the end of episode 14, but before we go, answer this episode's question. Was Barnabas wrong for not endowing eyes with programming abilities? Give your answers in the comments below, as well as on our Facebook and Twitter page. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Stay tuned for the next one. Until then, subscribe to JOMAJ Studio YouTube channel, add us on Facebook, and follow us on Twitter. Link to our website on all social media can be found in the description box below. See you later.